Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, it brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all your reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, friends, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Friday, wherever you are. And yes, indeed, really did miss you yesterday. I hope that you enjoyed still the story that we had for you. Had to be elsewhere early on, so could only do the pre-recorded session. I hope you enjoyed reading all the things we're for from Innocento Nagara yesterday. And of course, we read that one on December 9th, 2021. Yes, time is flying by, but the message remains the same. Let us treat our workers right. Let us treat our people right. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Glad that we're here together. We do have another amazing book to round off another week of Story Time. Thank you for being here. And indeed, a big thank you too to the Emerson Elementary family community for welcoming me yesterday for Story Time and Literacy Night. And yes, just wonderful, wonderful time to be together. Thank you so much. And yes, long may it continue. See you very soon. Thank you so much for joining in today. I am glad that you're here. Please let us know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you. Yes, indeed. In the words of our good friend at the Change Cadet, and they say do the work. And of course we have to continue. We can't sit back. The work of justice, the work of learning, the work of evolving and making ourselves better so we can better serve our communities continues. Thank you so much for being here. We do have a wonderful book today that is coming to us from FAMILIUS Publishing. A big thank you to them for allowing us to read so many wonderful books here on Story Time. But of course today we do have The Proudest Color, and this one is coming from SHEILA MODIR and Jeff KASHOU, and of course illustrations by MIKAI. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. And if MIKAI's illustrations look familiar, well, one of the books is right here, My Mother's Wildest Dreams, where she partnered with John Light Jr. Thank you so much for being here on Story Time. Good to see you, everybody. Please drop us a message. Let us know you're here. And of course, if you're joining us for the live, well, hugs to you. Welcome. And of course, too, if you're joining in for later on for the recordings at a time that is more convenient to you, well, hugs to you as well. Thank you so much for being here. Glad that we're here, and we do have a wonderful book to read together. Amazing lineup that we've had this week. And of course, we kicked off with Forever or a Day, one of my favorites for sure. And one of the lines from that is, we've only got what we've got. So for sure, let's make the most of it. Thank you for that wonderful book indeed to Sarah Jacoby. And then we had The Bee Without Wings, a powerful story from Amber Lee Williams. And then of course, G is for Garden. And we got to see amazing ways, amazing twos, the alphabet through gardening. Yes. And then of course, yesterday we had All the Things We Were For, and today the proudest color. Thank you so much for being here. May 11th, Marietta Apollonia will be here on Storytime with us, of course, celebrating her brand new book, Jack the Library Cat. So join us for that one and get to enjoy. Thank you for being here with us. Love it, love it, love it. Lots to look forward to here on Storytime. And of course, we do have the Chronicle Books Spring Catalog coming to you very, very soon. Thank you so much for joining in. Let us see who is with us this morning. Jason, how are you doing today? Jason Hardy, thank you so much for joining in. Hello, Rob Blocks. Thank you for joining in Storytime today. Missed you yesterday at Emerson, but glad that you're here with us on Storytime this morning. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you, and indeed, have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here with us. Love, love, love to everybody at home with you. Good morning to you, Amanda West, and of course, Sarah and Nathan out in rainy and gray Illinois. Well, happy Friday. I'm so glad that you can still find that happiness in this Friday where it is gray and rainy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing the shining light. Absolutely appreciate you. Hugs to you, Sarah and Nathan, and of course, Amanda. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Good morning to you. How are you doing today, Ari? And you say it is rainy out there in Kentucky. And good morning to you, Megan, as well. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. It looks like rain out there in Illinois, and of course, too, in Kentucky. Here in Oakland, I think it's let up just a little bit for now, so it seems like we'll have a dry day after all. Oh, good. Thank you for correcting that, Chad. Got it now. There's another student, JC Hardy, who has Rob Blocks on their name handle as well. So good to know. Thank you for joining in, Chad. Appreciate you. Good trouble, Chad. Good trouble. I appreciate that. And of course, good morning to you, Pamela Courtney, as well. The kinfolk and I are sipping tea, soothe tummy aches, but we're here. Oh, yes, you are here and we love it. Thank you so much for joining in. Arms filled with hugs of support. Oh, yes, indeed. Good morning from Natchitoches, Louisiana. Braylon, Chad, and Auntie Pam. Yes, good morning. Or is it Braylon, Rob Blocks, and Auntie Pam? Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, if you can sneak into Storytime, please do. Thank you so much for joining in today. Love it. Well, please get comfortable, get cozy wherever you are today, and get ready for a wonderful story as we'll be reading this one, The Proudest Color, coming to us from FAMILIUS Books, and it is written by SHEILA MODIR, PhD, and Jeff KASHOU, LMFT, and of course, illustrations by the amazing MIKAI. Get ready, get comfortable, get cozy. We'll be getting started very shortly. And of course, good morning to you as well, Soraya and Sharon Lungo, right here in Oakland. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Happy Friday. And yes, one more week before your spring break, Soraya. I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope that you have some good plans for spring break. Thank you so much for being here. Catch me on the other side of this very short message when we are back for more Storytime. Absolutely love it being here with you all. I'll see you in a little bit.
Hi, my name is Chad, and I'm homeschooled in Natchitoches, Louisiana. And today you're tuning in with Mr. LaMotta. Story time with Mr. LaMotta.
Welcome back indeed. We have to change that name now. It's no longer Chad, it's Rob Blocks. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I appreciate you, Chad. I hope that you have a wonderful time indeed. Thank you for making me laugh so early in the morning. SHEILA MODIR and of course Jeff KASHOU bring us The Proudest Color in conjunction with MIKAI. I hope you enjoy it, and we're reading this one with permission of the publishers, FAMILIUS Books. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Are you ready? All right, here we go. So the story begins. How's your family like? The Proudest Color. I am like a box of crayons, bright and colorful, I see and feel in color. I am like a box of crayons, bright and colorful. I see and feel in color. Do you see and feel in color? When I am happy, I feel a rush of razzle-dazzle pink in my hands. When I am mad, I feel sparks of bright red spread across my cheeks. Oh, I am with you on that one, Zahra. When I am happy, I feel a rush of razzle-dazzle pink in my hand. Oh, but when I'm mad, I feel sparks of bright red spread across my cheeks. Oh. When I am sad, I feel a deep blue in my eyes. When I am nervous, I feel a vivid purple in my stomach. We know those feelings, right? When I am sad, I feel a deep blue in my eyes. Oh. When I am nervous, I feel a vivid purple in my stomach. Oh, yeah. When I am proud, I feel a beautiful brown in my heart. But for me, brown is more than a feeling. It's more than feeling proud. It's the color I see when I see me. Oh, yes, when I am proud, I feel a beautiful brown in my heart. But for me, brown is more than feeling proud. It's the color I see when I see me. Oh. It's the color that people see when I come into a room, or when I get on the bus, or go to the store. For me, brown is more than a feeling of proud. It is the color I see when I see me. It's the color that people see when I come into a room, or get on the bus, or indeed go to the store. It's the color on my arms, my toes, and my face. And a beautiful color it is. The night before my first day of school, my mom tucks me into bed and kisses my forehead. She says, "Zahra, you felt many different colors today, but your beautiful brown skin is here to stay. All those feelings come and go, but your brown skin glows and glows." Aww. I press my arm against my mom's, and I like seeing the differences and similarities in our shades of brown. Aww. Your brown skin glows and glows. I press my arm against my mom's, and I like seeing the differences and similarities in our shades of brown. On my first day of school, I feel razzle-dazzle pink and vivid purple nervous when my mom drops me off. Oh yes, all those feelings all at once. But the people here are not like my box of crayons. They might have colorful feelings inside, but I am the only one who is brown on the outside. Yes, so many feelings on the first day of school. I feel razzle-dazzle pink, happy, and vivid purple nervous when my mom drops me off. But the people here are not like my box of crayons. They might have colorful feelings inside, but I am the only one who is brown on the outside. I stare at my brown arms and remember my mom's words. My brown skin glows and glows. I feel a rush of brown pride in my chest and march into the classroom, radiating sunshine, yellow confidence. Aww. I hope everybody today will be walking out there radiating that sunshine, yellow confidence into whatever you do. Look at that face. Love it. At recess, my classmate Zoe presses her arm against mine, wrinkles her nose, and says, "You're so dark. I don't like brown." Everyone laughs. I stare at my arms and feel many colors swirl inside me. I feel bright red anger in my cheeks and deep blue sadness in my eyes. But I don't feel brown pride inside my chest. In that moment, I wish I wasn't brown on the outside. Yes, indeed. And all those feelings that Zahra goes through are valid. We feel anger, we feel sadness, we feel frustration. I feel bright red anger in my cheeks and deep blue sadness in my eyes, but I don't feel brown pride inside my chest. In that moment, I wish I wasn't brown on the outside. Things to think about. About how we treat others and how we make them feel. These pages, I want to pause and talk a little bit. So I'll read them. I'll read one at a time and then just talk about what thoughts I had about them. At dinner, I tell my parents what happened at my school. My mom and papa tell me that there are people who can be mean when they see my beautiful brown skin because it is different from their skin. And I just wanted to pause here on this point. The book says, my mom and papi tell me that there are people who can be mean when they see my beautiful brown skin because it is different from their skin. And I just wanted to push back on that a little bit, just because people don't hate other people because of their skin. And I think when we say that, we put the skin, and I love that my friend Jamia has been putting this out a lot too, and having conversations about this with all of us. And we put the brown skin as the problem, but no, people hate other people who are different because of the mind. There are people who came up with these ideas that other people are less than others, and put this and have pushed this notion, and that's what we live by. That's what some of society lives by. And I just wanted to push back. It's not because of the color of the skin, but it's because of the mind, what they're thinking, and what they think there's some hierarchy in who's important and who's not. But we know we're not. Everybody is special. Everybody is unique, no matter their skin color. So I just wanted to share that part too. As I was reading this book, it made me think of that. So yes, people may be mean to you because of their mind, what they think, right? Your beautiful skin has nothing to do with it. But we want you to remember all the people who share your brown skin and all the important things they have done in this world. And again, I want to pause here. But remember, we want you to remember all the people who share your brown skin and all the important things they have done in this world. Again, I just want to pause. You have a right to exist. Everybody has a right to exist. Everybody has a right to live. Everybody has a right to be who they are. You do not have to do something important. You do not have to do something important. You have a right to just exist as who you are, and exist and just live your life. Everybody has a right to thrive. And that's what I want to really emphasize here too. Yes, there are many people, many brown people who've done many amazing things, and they have a right to thrive as well. But remember, you do not have to do something special for you to have the right to thrive, for you to have the right to be a human being. You are special. You deserve to be treated right. So just wanted to put that out there too. As I was reading these 2 pages in this past week preparing, I was just thinking about that. And please share your thoughts too if you have any more on that. But definitely. So let's remember too that this race construct is in the mind. It's people's thinking, and that's what we need to change. And kids out there, I challenge you. I know you can do it. I challenge you to Just be the best humans that you can be. Treat others in the best way possible, right? Thank you, and we'll move on. At dinner, I tell my parents what happened at school. My mom and papa tell me that there are people who can be mean when they see my beautiful brown skin. But we want you to remember all the people who share your brown skin and all the important things they have done in the world. Brown is the color of your abuela who loves to hug and kiss you. Brown is the color of your abuela who loves to hug and kiss you. It is the color of your old school principal who high-fived the students as they walked down the hallway. It is the color of your doctor who helps you feel better when you're sick. It is the color of Martin Luther King Jr. who inspired America with his dream of equality. It is the color of Malala Yousafzai, who bravely stands up for all girls to be able to go to school. It is the color of Cesar Chavez, who helped workers have safe and fair places to work. And of course, the work continues, right? It is the color of former President Barack Obama, who helped keep our country safe and strong. It is the color of Kamala Harris, who is the first woman to become vice president of our country and said that she wouldn't be the last. It is the color of Frida Kahlo, who boldly painted her culture and brought attention to female artists like you. All these people have beautiful brown skin like yours. Lots to think about, right? As they tell me about each of these brown and beautiful people, I feel a rush of razzle-dazzle pink spread in my arms. Even though I might be the only kid with brown skin in school, I am part of a very special box of crayons. This box is full of amazing people from all around the world and all throughout history who are brown like me. No matter what Zoe says about my brown skin, no matter what Zoe says, my brown skin is important. And it's a color that makes a big difference. And that makes a big difference in the world. It's the color that I am, and I will make a difference in the world. Oh, yes. No matter what Zoe says, my brown skin is important. And it's a color that makes a big difference in the world. It's the color that I am, and I will make a difference in the world. I see brown all over my skin. I feel brown, fill my heart. I feel proud. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed. And that is the end of our story. Thank you so much for joining me on Storytime. A very important book indeed, and one that really dives into an important topic of race, racism, and of course being racial pride. So let's definitely dive into these conversations at home, and we'll be right back on Storytime for more conversation. Thank you so much for joining in today. I'll see you on the other side of this short break.
Hi, I'm Chad's older brother, Braylon, and I'm homeschooled in Natchitoches, Louisiana. And you're tuning in with Storytime with Mr. LaMotta. Storytime with Mr. LaMotta.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. I hope that today we have leaving here with like lots of things to ponder and lots of conversations to have as well. But today our book was The Proudest Color. Yes, indeed. This one is written by SHEILA MODIR and Jeff KASHOU, and illustrations by MIKAI. And we were reading this one with permission of FAMILIUS Publishing. Thank you so much for joining in today. And yes, lots and lots of work to be done out there. Racial justice, unhoused people, and so much more. So many. I think there's a lot where our priorities need to be right as a country, as a world. Where do we put our money? Where do we try and make sure that people are okay, that people are, have better living conditions, better working conditions, and so much more. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. As you can tell too, that topic for me is something that I hold really dear, and I just wanted to share that with you all. And remember too that you are beautiful wherever you are, whoever you are, however you are, and you do not have to do anything important. You have a right to thrive. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. One more time, let us see who is with us on Storytime and got to enjoy that lovely story. Thank you for being here with us. I am so glad you're here. Rob Blocks, thank you for being here with us on Storytime today. Happy Friday to you out there in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely appreciate you. Sarah and Nathan out in rainy and gray Illinois. Thank you so much for joining in. And I wish you razzle-dazzle pink happiness out there in Illinois. Thank you so much for being here with us. In Kentucky, may the rain go away soon. I hope that the sun comes out. Thank you so much for joining in. Ari and Megan, thank you for being here. Happy Friday to you, friends. Thank you for being here with us. And of course, good morning to you as well. Auntie Pam, thank you for joining in. Rob Blocks, and of course, Braylon, thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime, joining us all the way out there in Natchitoches, Louisiana. And of course, enjoy that tea. Enjoy. Thank you so much. And of course, arms filled with hugs of support. We love you. Thank you so much for being here with us. Absolutely appreciate you. Thank you. Rob Blocks, keep getting in good trouble. I love it. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. We appreciate you. Saraya and Sharon Lungo, thank you so much for being here right here in Oakland. You're joining us from. Well, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you have a lovely Friday. And of course, to remember that Storytime is back next week with pre-recorded interviews, conversations, book stories to enjoy as we will be taking a little spring break out here. But trust me, we have amazing lineup that is set out for you, and it'll be right on cue, 7 a.m. Pacific time as well as 11 a.m. Pacific time. I will miss doing lives with you, but we're back on April 3rd. We'll be right back here with more live story time. But remember too, lots to enjoy from our archives. So we've curated a beautiful theme for you that will be coming to you the entirety of next week. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Absolutely love it. Good morning to you. We love seeing the kinfolk. What an absolutely wonderful story. Lots to discuss. Love, we deserve to exist just as we are. Yes, we're done. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Pamela Courtney. Thank you so much. And you to finish your sentence, say, we don't have to be famous, well known to be special. Love that sentiment. That's the truth. Well, thank you so much. Absolutely, indeed, because we do not have to be famous. We do not have to be well known. We have a right to exist just as you are. Thank you so much for being here with Storytime. Thank you, Megan. And of course, thank you indeed, Ari, for being here with us. I will see you again on Storytime live on the 3rd. But remember, I will be watching with you if you join in next week when we'll be putting out all the pre-recorded stories. I will be watching with you, and of course I'll be there in the comments as well, enjoying some story time together. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Absolutely appreciate you. Tori Gamble, good morning to you out there in Bothell, Washington. You say happy weekend to all. Well, everybody have a wonderful weekend. Beautiful message coming to us from Tori Gamble out there in Bothell, Washington. Thank you so much for being here with us on Story Time. Good morning to you one more time, Ari and Megan, and you say have a great spring break. Well, thank you so much. But of course, you all are always in my heart. So definitely curated something that I think you will love, and of course, something that will keep us thinking about the many beautiful topics, the many topics that bring up so many different feelings, right? That we need to talk about. Yes, the work needs to happen. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Please don't forget, big one coming up on May 11th, as we will have Marietta Apollonia with a brand new book, Jack the Library Cat, coming to Storytime. So do not miss out on that one. I am excited. Marietta will be here showing us book dummies, art, and of course, reading her book. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Please, if you know anybody that has putting out new books material and they need to connect with Storytime, connect them with us. Send us your recommendations so we can read them here on Storytime. We will do our very, very best to make sure that we get the permissions needed to bring stories here to you on Storytime. Thank you so much for joining in. This has been Storytime for today. This has been Storytime on this beautiful Friday morning. This has been Storytime for this wonderful week. And of course, I wish you a lovely weekend ahead. We'll be back April 3rd with Storytime Live, but you can catch Storytime next week, pre-recorded, set for you. And of course, you can catch us at your convenience at storytimewithmrlimada.com. Thank you so much for being here, friends. Absolutely appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed the book. Much love from me. Hugs, hugs, hugs to you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And please keep sending us pictures so we can use them for our backgrounds. And of course, today we had the beautiful concrete jungle that is Oakland for our image. Thank you so much for joining in. Much love from me. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing